All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Friday night at the bar.
On a Wednesday.
Welcome
back to the podcast.
How do you know they're back? Maybe this is their first time. Hey, first-timers, subscribe.
Yeah. If you're first-timer, and
subscribe.
Welcome.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the family.
Also, welcome back to everybody, because I feel like
no one's coming back, bro.
We have like 3 people that like to watch our podcast.
Shout out to Joy, Lola Joy.
Yeah, thanks for sending some other people to us. Yep. We appreciate that, Joy. If you're watching our podcast, check out Lola Joy on
Lola Joy 808.
Lola Joy 808. If you're
for all your Filipino fans out there.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
Wacky.
And it's very impressive, right? Because like we were talking about earlier, it just goes to show how easy YouTube really is.
Yeah.
Right? Because she's got to be what?
1,000 years old. 60.
She's up there, right?
65.
65, near 70 maybe.
Yep.
And she is making money off of YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's all simple stuff. Like, it's not anything ridiculously extravagant or special.
She likes to tell me, Bryce, you need to go onto YouTube, into the chat rooms, and just say, watch my video. That's how you get subscribers. I'm like, bitch, don't tell me what to do.
But yeah, it's impressive, and it gives me hope for us that we're trying to.
She's still propping her phone up with a couple of weights and a collar.
We have like full on mic stands.
We've got like mic stands, 12 different tripods, multiple
and we
options.
have like 4 cords going into one phone.
Well, I mean, if we were
we just had to search. We just had to search for like 10 minutes looking for an adapter because Bryce forgot the normal podcast phone.
Let's just say if we were electricians wiring up a house, we'd put one outlet and a lot of extension cords.
Just get another power beat to code right now.
Just get another power strip.
Yeah.
We are on location underwater, if you didn't notice.
Yeah.
In the background. In the window. That's a window, guys. It's not a TV.
We're actually on a submarine. Those are
pretty dope.
Dolphins just outside.
Those are sharks.
Oh. I'm pretty sure there was a shark in the water today.
Oh, yeah?
Pretty sure. It was either a shark or a seal. One of the two. Because I saw something. I know I saw something. My partner that was out there with me saw something. The guy that we were rescuing freaked out.
How many of you were swimming out there? Just 2?
There's two of us rescuers in the water, and then the guy, and then eventually the jet ski came to grab us. But like maybe 2 minutes before the jet skis got there, me and my partner saw something like maybe 5 to 10 meters away from us. We both looked at each other and we're like, and we just give a subtle nod.
Whoever pulls the knife out first and pokes the other one wins.
Yeah, we just gave a subtle nod that if we have to, we'll just swim away without the other guy and let them get there.
Exactly.
I'm just kidding.
Jesus, bro. Get my knife out first.
I think it was a seal, but it very well could have been a shark.
You never know. Where were you?
So the street Kalkama that you have to turn down to go to the taco's house.
Okay.
So just out, so in the water to the left of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
nice.
There's a guy kayaking and sunk his kayak and needed some help. So
out in front of the homeless people's house.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
That's
right
all it's
there.
there.
And that's what called. Tracks. I mean, it was a homeless person. It's amazing that they have phones.
No, it's not amazing. It's ridiculous.
I mean, it's not amazing, but they
have cars crazy. Too. I see some Mercedes parked out in front of those. I'm like, that's interesting.
It's beachfront property, bro.
It is. It's pretty impressive. I wonder if nobody charges rent there. It's crazy. I would. I'd rent out my tent if I was homeless. I'd be like, now I'm double homeless.
You just put that shit up on Airbnb, bro.
Hell yeah, dude.
The beachfront property.
Call it a yurt. Call it a yurt. Get a round tent.
Oh, you could easily.
Yeah.
If you were smart, you could do that for sure.
That'd be a fucking great idea, dude.
Like you
set up a yurt.
Yeah.
Just if you knew somebody was coming out to rent it, like set it up, take pictures, take it down.
Yeah.
Somebody's coming out to rent it.
You go out,
you put it up. Yeah. Fucking charge. Dude, you get a lot for that one.
And then if the cops come and like try to clean them out when they do their homeless sweeps,
that's their problem.
I'm not answering your phone.
They're not gonna come after. They're not coming looking for a refund.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna find me.
Do it under a different name.
Throw away phones.
How are you supposed to know?
Ooh, I like that.
That's a business model right there, Bryce.
I like it.
I mean, at this point, we might as well because the entire west coast of the island is all fucking homeless tents anyway.
It's true. It's kind of like San Francisco over there.
Yeah, the cops come and clean them out once every like 3 weeks, but
yeah. Dude, we could have multiple properties with that. That plan.
We can make it quite a bit. Because you could charge like
Amazon. Look up how much yurts are.
Yeah, you could charge like $200 a night.
Bet you a yurt's about $600. We can make it back in a weekend.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Probably just need to set up a Shell Corporation.
In the Cayman Islands.
Yeah, Shell Corporation, Cayman Islands. We need a fake,
not even
fake
$600
business code. How much? What do we got?
$450.
For how
I
big?
mean, for like
How big?
for a 4-person.
That's plenty. That's
For
plenty.
or no, so it says family. So it's looks like 19 feet tall,
Okay.
23 feet in diameter.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, that's
I stayed
big.
in one about that big. It was pretty dope.
Yeah.
All we need is a grill. We'll go to Capelina.
easy.
Capelina on a
And
Monday. Just drive around and grab
one.
a couple grills.
Yeah.
And then you put that outside. Be like,
Well,
yeah,
you
there's
probably
barbecue.
don't even need to go to Cabellina. I mean, you just go down the street or down the
Barbecue
coastline
included.
from one of the homeless and
That's
steal
true.
theirs.
I don't know.
That's what they do,
steal
man.
theirs.
That's what they do. Is they literally like they just go and steal each other's shit all the time, and then it escalates to the point where they set each other's shit on fire, and then we have to come and put it out all the time.
You're like an expert of the homeless people.
It happens all the time. Like literally,
Great.
when we hear, we get the tones that says, rubbish fire at this place. We know it's on the beach side. We're like, oh, another homeless guy pissed off, so he set the other guy's fucking shit on fire.
Here's what would happen: we'd rent out our yurt. A homeless dude would move in the middle of it. He'd have a fake account. He'd move into it, and we can't get him out. He's chasing us around with a poop on a stick when we get there. and then another homeless dude burns his fucking tent down, which is our tent, and we're out $1,000.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Well, as long as we get like a couple
hate this
weekends
world.
in, we'll at least be up a little bit.
We gotta recoup our losses, man.
Poop on a stick.
We're down $3,000. 4 homeless people
Right.
now have yurts. Really nice ones too. Beachfront.
Speaking of other like ways of making money and stuff, I'm thinking about getting into Turo,
OnlyFans.
man.
What is Turo? The
So
cars?
it's the cars, right?
Oh, okay.
So I've been thinking about it. Though the biggest problem for me is I don't have anywhere to store the cars, right? Because it's not like I have a house that I can store them on my property. But one of the guys on my crew,
We have an extra car. We could do that.
yeah. Well, I don't think you can on yours because your guys has like 100 and something thousand miles, right?
That car?
Your second one.
Yeah,
I think
probably.
you can't have over 120
Oh, really?
to start out. Like
interesting.
when you first list the car, it can't have more than 120,000 miles, and it can't be older than like 2005, I think, or something like that.
Whoa, easy.
There's
now.
a couple. There's a
What if
couple
it's
stipulations.
What if it's a sweet Jeep?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know how
leaks
that
a
works
lot of
because I
oil.
definitely have seen, cars that are older on there, but I wonder if it's because they're considered like luxury or whatever, or the premium.
Yeah, probably.
But like, even if I was just thinking, I could go on Facebook Marketplace or on Craigslist, buy a couple like Toyota Corollas,
I'm sure.
or something for like $6,000
Yeah.
total, right? And so one of the guys on my crew, he has 2 cars on Turo right now, and he said he makes like $1,200 to $1,500 a month off of one. So he's making like $3,000 extra a month off of his rental cars, and he said the amount of work that he has to put into it isn't that much. Like
dropping it off.
Yeah, well, you got to clean them, right? Like so you vacuum them out, you wipe them down.
Yep.
And then just figuring out the logistics of dropping them off, right? So, like, I don't know, maybe. Because I know you can't drop them off at the airport anymore. I know they made a rule against that now.
No, typically. So like, what happens when we do it? Because we just rented one for your wedding.
Right.
The guy picked us up at the airport, and then we drove down the street and dropped his ass off.
So that would be the hardest thing to do is the logistics part. But shit, if I'm making $3,000 extra a month off of 2 cars, I could do that for sure.
Yeah.
And I already have a shop vac. Like I already have a good size shop vac.
Oh, you know how to clean cars?
Yeah. Well, like I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
could be a good investment.
You could even do. Doesn't the car wash over here have like a monthly membership? So you can do a monthly membership there, and then you just
go clean
drive all your cars through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be. And then it's too bad my parents are moving because that would be a perfect place to drop off the cars.
I know. Yeah. They're moving over here. They said, yeah.
Well, they're moving to Aiea.
Oh, okay.
But like that would be perfect because it's like a $15 Uber from the airport to their house.
Oh.
So you just tell the people coming in, hey, Uber to this address.
Yeah, you can't Uber out here.
Nah, I mean you could, and some people probably would be willing to.
You can't Uber from out of here though.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. Getting back is hard.
We just had somebody that borrowed our car They ended
trying to get back to town.
Try to get back to the airport. They ended up leaving the car at the airport.
Oh shit!
So then we had to have. Luckily, somebody in the gym was picking somebody up.
Oh no!
And I was like, "Hey, let me help you." But he actually ended up driving there anyway. But they needed the car for all the baggage. So
okay.
It worked out well.
Oh yeah, nice.
$20 day parking.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So that was pretty good.
I don't know. I've been thinking about it. I've just been. This kind of ties into something that I've been thinking about for a little while. Is that I'm at this place in my life now. Me and Chris.
At the ripe old age of 20.
Yeah, 20 years old. Fuck you, right? I'm not 20, by the way. I'm at this point where me and Kristen are married. We own a house. We have a child on the way. We're pretty much set.
Oh, congratulations!
Fuck you. We're pretty much set. Like we're everything is set up for success,
or failure.
That's the problem. Is that here in Hawaii, the standard for success is so much higher.
Yeah.
That we're really not set up for success.
No, you're set up for mediocrity.
Yeah, right now, and I just don't want that. And so something I had a long talk with a couple of my crewmates last night about moving, because some of them they're near retirement. Like one guy is only like 5 years away from retirement.
Yeah.
So they're near retirement and they're moving. Like they're out as soon as they retire.
Once you retire, you can't really live here.
Well, they could.
It's not worth it.
They make a fuck ton of our retirement system that they're on. They make a ridiculous amount of money, so they definitely could, but they don't want to because, thinking about it, the amount of money that I make here, if I took that money to Texas or Montana, dude, the amount of I could just have so much more.
Oh, absolutely.
More land, more hobbies, more everything. And so. It's something that has been on my mind for a while now that, I either, like I said, I'm at this place where I have all this stuff set up, but I'm either at a crossroads of, do I take what I have, move somewhere else, and, build a life there and grow there at a, in my opinion, faster rate with less effort.
But maybe you don't make as much money there, though.
Nah, my job... Hawaii.
Your job's actually because you're
Hawaii
firefighters
actually are paid on average less than most places in the mainland
for cost of living.
So
you'd be fine.
In Texas, I know some places my level of firefighter are making like $70,000 to $80,000 a year. I make base salary. I make like 65.
Yeah.
So
which is stupid because the cost of living here is so
ridiculous.
much more.
So I know for me personally that. And Kristen has a job that she could find a job pretty much anywhere. There's pharmacies everywhere.
And decent paying, too.
Yeah. And if I'm making $80,000 with way less of cost of living, she doesn't need to make as much money there either.
Even that, pharmacists make tons of money everywhere.
Well, she's a pharmacy tech.
Whatever.
It still makes decent money.
It's about this. I think it's probably
it's a comparable
standardized job across all the fields.
Sure. She definitely would be able to find a job and not take too much of a pay cut, if any at all, right? So, I'm just thinking, we could move to Texas or move somewhere on the mainland. Our quality of life would be a lot better with less effort, and then, with the intention.
Less risk.
Yeah.
Is the big thing.
And
there's a difference between, living here, you're like, oh, I got a house, your house, okay, whatever, your house is worth a ton of money, but it's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
not your house. I'm saying most people's houses here, they're garbage.
Well, I mean,
there's a reason I don't want to. It's a reason I don't want to buy a house here. I'm not going to pay $1 million for something that I wouldn't even pay $150 for on mainland.
See, that's one of the most bizarre things.
And so you're struggling to just kind of, like you said, you've got all this stuff set up. You're doing a lot of work to be
mediocre.
To just end up being mediocre. Yeah, you're in Hawaii. That's the big thing.
But at what point is it not worth it? And that's where I'm trying to figure it out, especially with all the shit that's going on politically and whatnot.
What's the cost of living here? The true cost, not the
monetary cost.
So people look at money all the time. I'm in a weird place in my brain. I don't think of money at all. I don't care. I was actually just thinking about that when I was locking up the other day. I'm like, if I have the money to pay my bills, I really don't care what else if I have more money, mainly because I'm not like, oh, I want to do this, I want to get this, I want to buy this. I'm kind of over the materialism thing, right? So I'm just like, okay, if if I have the money to pay my bills and I'm happy through the day, I'm doing what I like here, and that's worth more. And it's like, at what point are you just working your ass off? Because your job isn't. Yeah, I'm sure it's enjoyable at times. I'm sure most of the time though it sucks, right? Like it's like,
there's a lot of times
I gotta go put out again. It's like it's hard work.
And it is, and I volunteered for it. I knew what I was getting into from the start, so I don't have any regrets or any complaints about my job. But
at what point is like working all those hours where you could have more time living your life, not working? There's a difference between, and that's what people fuck up with, is that's the thing of people that work till they retire, then they die right away, because they die because they don't have anything to work towards, right? They were so focused on this one aspect of their life, and usually when they get out of work, they're miserable and they're just go to sleep and whatnot. And it's like, at what point does your work, whether you like it or not, destroy your actual life,
the quality of life,
and that's what you should look at. Absolutely.
No, that's what I am looking at. There's two things that are the biggest things for me right now. One is hobbies. I feel like I have no time to do my hobbies. I feel like me too. I have no time and I have no ability. Like, me, I love to work on cars. I love to do woodworking. I love doing things with my hands. But because of the place that I live in, because it's the only thing I can fucking afford,
you're like, overtime.
Well, I mean, it's not that, like, I could afford it off of my base salary, but I can't afford anything else that allows me to do my, like a garage. Yeah, I don't have a garage. I don't have a driveway, which I understand that not everybody does, but the amount of money that I'm making
everywhere else, everyone
I should be able to, the amount of money that I'm making,
the amount of money you're putting out to live here.
I should be able to have that in order to, because if I had a garage and I had, like, when I was living on Lightning Street over by the FBI building, and I had a garage and stuff, like, I felt way better. I was paying more money for that place, but I felt better because I had the ability to do the hobbies that I wanted to do.
Yeah, you had space to spread out and do.
I had space to work on cars. I could do woodworking. I just felt like I had more opportunity and ability to do things, and the place that I have now is great, but I just feel like I can't do anything other than work and be at home. And then
I think that's okay for a lot of people, but like certain people, like it's just not, because they actually, because like you said, you have interests. I think most people, especially that live here, they just don't have interest, and it's probably from living here, right?
Because you're just so used to not being allowed to.
Like, you don't you don't own tools because you don't have anywhere to put them. It's stupid.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like, I have a whole bunch of tools in my second bedroom. Because I don't, like, I have a storage place outside, but it's full, and I'm not putting anything on my patios because as somebody hop back there, grab it, gone. Like, I can't protect that stuff. So
no, it's ridiculous.
That's one thing, is the hobbies thing, and then the other thing is my family is growing. And we can raise one kid in the house that we're in, but even with one kid, it still would be tight. We don't have our own. Our kid wouldn't have their own space. Yeah, and I mean, you guys, your place isn't much bigger, but
it's smaller in your place, I think.
Nah, I don't think so. My place is small, bro. Like, people.
Yeah, it is a little bigger, but not much.
Yeah, not much, but like, and the thing is like, I want to, and when the housing market first started booming here, like 6 months ago or whatever, I was trying to be like, all right, can we sell our current place, because our current place's value is skyrocketing, and can we get into something a little bit bigger? Sure, I might have to pay more money, but I'd be willing to pay more money if it meant that I had more space to raise my kid in. And my future kids, because I want to. Kristen wants 3. Who knows what we're gonna end up with? And
you definitely probably have more.
Any more than one kid is too much for our house. True. I see other people in our neighborhood that have multiple kids. It just, not that they look miserable, that they look like they have shitty lives, but they just look like they have a life that I don't want to have.
Yeah.
And so, like there's two ways that I fix this, or I go around or get around this. One, I move. We go somewhere cheaper. Or 2, I have to grind even harder.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Or 2, you buy cars. You do more. I buy
cars
work
to do Turo.
In a little bit of your free time. Now you're doing more work. and you're gonna have less free time. You're gonna be less. happy.
I focus more on investments with Brent and whatnot. I do more Turo. I get into Turo. I focus as much as I can on YouTube, so we can start making money on YouTube. No, for real. Like all these little things.
Actually, all we need to do is make a shit ton of money on YouTube and fuck everything else.
Yeah. No, so I mean,
subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
If
you did subscribe to our channel, please go open another account and subscribe to our channel.
So, I don't know. I'm in this place, like I said, where I'm trying to figure out, what is worth it, what is keeping me here. The things that are keeping me here, obviously
midlife
family.
Crisis, Ocean. Midlife crisis.
I know, right? It's weird.
Well, this is the problem that most 30-year-old. I don't know if women have this problem, but most 30-year-old-ish guys have this problem. They realize, the fuck am I doing? What am I working for?
And I'd rather that now. Like, I'd rather have this.
Oh yeah, fix it now.
This problem now, so that I can. That way, when I am that age, I can be enjoying what I want to.
Because a lot of people, they kind of stick it out because they already have 2 kids. Yeah. They're already stuck in this thing, and oh no, I can't move because my family won't let me move. It's like, okay, now you're stuck, and now you're allowing yourself to be stuck into a. Maybe not this is where people get stuck in not the ideal job, and they have a job they hate, and they just fucking miserable for 40 years. It's stupid.
Yeah, and I don't want that. I don't want that for me.
I got stuck in that for 20 years. I had a job that I couldn't fucking stand.
The rug shop.
Because it was a family business. I was expected to run it for my family, and I was like, eventually, the other people in that business were not fucking putting out their share.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Fuck all of you. You guys could go to hell. People riding your coattails. I had enough of that. So that's when I bailed. I was like, you know what? It ain't worth it. It's not worth it to me you're making my life miserable so that you could have an easier day. And it's like, you know what? You don't give a shit about me. I care less about you.
Yeah.
And that's big reason I don't talk to most of those people that were involved in that business.
No, I don't blame you.
I told him that I had a meeting at one point, and I was like, "Look, you fucks, you have this much time, or I'm selling this to the lowest possible bidder, and you'll all be fired." They ended up buying me out, so it worked.
It worked in your favor.
So, and then I got the fuck out of there. Yeah. But yeah, you can't. You only have so much time, and why waste most of it being miserable?
Yeah.
And especially people that have fucking jobs they hate. I don't understand it. Go do something else or do nothing.
And that's what I'm trying to get.
Collect unemployment's better off.
Kristen hates her job. She does. She won't admit it, but I know she does because she comes home complaining all the time.
Yeah.
And I see it because they're fucking assholes. There's one of her coworkers had COVID and they didn't tell her for 10 days. Wow. And it's I get, you work in a hospital, there's HIPAA and shit, but it's not against HIPAA to be like, hey, somebody in the workplace had COVID, you need to go get tested.
Yeah.
What kind of fucking asshole, what kind of asshole employer are you that you don't let your employees know that they're at risk for being sick? Yeah. Especially when not only Kristen is pregnant, but there's 2 other females in there in her job site that are pregnant. Dude. It's come on. So
where does she work? What?
Tripler.
Fuck you, Tripler.
So I don't know. Like I said, I'm at a crossroads. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm pretty confident that if I wanted to, I could grind and get to where I want to be here.
Yeah, but what's the cost?
The cost is, and especially with everything that's going on.
Shit, that's what's gonna expedite this shit. Because we're gonna have the fucking mandate. Vaccine mandate and
the vaccine passports are coming, man.
Yeah,
I know they're coming.
This state is too fucking useless with the government to not be the probably one of the first 10 states to pull this shit.
At least.
Where we have to already? There's already 3, right? There's already 2. California, New York, parts of.
Yeah, counties. There's counties that are doing it.
Well, yeah, it's only gonna be New York City. The rest of New York is not blue. Yeah. They'd be like, okay, no. They're already getting a new governor, so if they wouldn't. I don't think they'd let that fly. They would.
Yeah, so I don't know. I was talking with my crew last night. the one guy that is ready. He's ready to go.
Same thing. Yeah. How old's he?
He's 43 or 44.
Okay, so he's older. Shit. Okay.
I mean, he's not that old though. He's your age, right?
Yeah.
But like I said, he's 5 years away from retirement.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, he's
really,
definitely gonna go.
Really, no ties here. I mean, he has family here and stuff, but really no ties.
Yeah.
And like,
he
should.
I can't see retiring on this island. Like, I would absolutely.
Yeah, you gotta retire.
Or move up to like where JT is, where there's
Hauula or something.
Yeah.
North Shore.
Somewhere up in that area that's a lot cheaper to live. And
I feel like
but it's not even that
housing might be cheaper.
Yeah.
But everything else is
more expensive.
It's more expensive for gas.
Yeah.
It's more expensive because you got to drive everywhere to get shit.
There's not shit there.
Yeah, and there's nothing around.
That's what I learned this weekend.
Yeah, in order
that the fucking food land that says is open till midnight is open till 9.
Yeah.
The gas station also closed at 9, which
exactly.
I had no gas. I was like, uh-oh.
So, the way you live is different. Yeah. And which is fine, but
yeah, you make adjustments.
Like I said, it's you gotta figure out what you want. So like talking to them last night, like just thinking about, I sell my fucking place here. I probably make $100,000 profit with how much I've paid off on the house, what we've put into it.
Yeah, of course.
The renovations we've done and the way that the market is.
And you'll give the government 60 of that.
Yeah, I'll probably make $100,000, but with that, I could go and buy like a fucking 5-acre plot of land with a house somewhere in fucking like Waco, Texas or something, Now,
see, that's the thing too in Texas. That's like people are like, oh, I could get this, but you're also living in that situation of the North Shore area, whatever, where you are going to drive a while,
and I'm fine with
to
that.
Go get food, to go get whatever.
That I can
but it's
going to
be cheaper.
Things.
But
it's cheaper, and I can have guns. I can have all the guns I fucking want.
Amazon food probably delivers to your house.
I have the space to work on cars. I can have a fucking mechanic shop and a wood shop on my property.
Yeah.
And I have plenty of space for my dogs to go fucking run. I have plenty of space to raise kids.
Well,
so
we're gonna have a couple guests on our show, right? Next week.
They'll be able to.
The Subiono boys who just happen to have moved to Texas.
Yeah. Can give a little bit of insight into what life is like in that. I think they live in Austin, right? Or Dallas. I don't know, one of the two. I think it's Austin. I think they live Austin, like outside of Austin.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're near Austin.
So,
what is it? CrossFit 222?
Yeah, I'm about to look it up.
4 2s, I think.
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah,
Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
So, like I wouldn't want to live in a city. Like I don't want to live in Austin or Dallas or Fort Worth. But like Waco
suburbs, maybe.
Waco is like that. Waco it's bigger, but it's not. It's like a Honolulu. Like I want to live in like the Kapolei of Dallas.
Yeah.
Or the Kapolei of Austin.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Well, I haven't made any decisions.
Well,
I'm looking at all my options.
Yeah, go visit.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Texas plenty of times.
Yeah.
I was there for 6 months earlier this year. So, like,
oh, that's true.
Like, I've been there plenty of times. I've been all over the mainland. Like, I know there's only, like...
you got to move somewhere that there's no CrossFit gyms so we get over to CrossFit.
See, well, that's what I was thinking. Is like, if you came with Bryce...
Well, I mean, I have to. How are we going to do this podcast for millions of viewers?
Friday night at the
By
bar
the way,
going.
if you haven't subscribed already, you need to subscribe.
Please.
I don't know if you heard, we're going to have guests next week.
Yeah. We're going to have our first
Games
guest appearance. Yeah. Not too many channels can actually say that.
That's right.
That they have an actual games athlete.
Man,
not a regionals athlete, not a sanctionals athlete, not a semifinal athlete. We have 2 games athletes.
One of them won an event, the final event.
One of them won the games last year. Like, I mean,
well, if they had
technically,
that's right.
But like, one of them was number 1 in the world in his division last year.
And he'll probably be number 1 next year.
Probably. I mean,
we'll find out when we talk to him. I can't imagine anybody's...
Unless he fucking falls off a hill.
That's true. You never know. You could have a bad year or whatever.
Yeah, but
he's going to have a bad time when he gets here because he's going to... First workout's run 3 miles because that's what he failed at.
Yeah. We should take him to Colina and make him run all of the lagoons. I think that's 3 miles, huh?
Yeah.
All the lagoons.
Yeah. Yeah, if you... I know we did once. We swam across, ran, swam, and then ran all the way back on the street. That was just over 2 miles on the street. So definitely about a 5K altogether.
Yeah,
and a half a mile or so of swimming. So That's fun. What else? So moving to Texas, maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this might happen anyway because this vaccine passport thing could.
Bullshit. It's gonna expedite things for sure.
And even the mandates, like,
and that'll make the decision for me. Like I have this decision to make, but if something like that happens,
you got your vaccine. What's the?
Because
do you have to get? You only got one shot.
I got one.
Do you have to get the second one?
They're
making you get
by
the second
September
one?
16th.
That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah. I'm waiting. I literally made my appointment for the 13th.
Yeah.
I couldn't make it for the 15th because I worked the 15th
just
and the 14th.
To drag it to the last possible minute.
So I made my appointment for the 13th just in case all this pushback actually pans out.
That'll be good.
But I don't think it is because, fuck.
I was talking to JT yesterday.
Yeah.
He's so against it too.
Did he get his?
No. He says he will collect unemployment.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I was really surprised. I figured he'd be like, "Oh, I got a good job, and I'm gonna."
Well, I mean, he's got retirement and disability from the military, so it's not like
I love it. I told him if you want to start a riot, I'm down.
Yeah, like the difference between me and him is like I don't have anything.
Oh no, absolutely no.
Like
I was just surprised he said that. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
Because he's probably been stuck with more fucking needles than anybody.
Yeah, right. All the fucking.
But it's
the principle.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely.
I don't like we said in I think it was our last podcast or the other one. Nobody's really against the vaccine itself.
Yeah, people out there. Oh, you fucking dumb anti-vaxxers.
Yeah, we're not
Nobody's
anti-vaxxers.
against the vaccine.
We're against you forcing me to do something I don't want to do.
It's against the government making you do stuff. They already take half your money for taxes. Why the fuck are you gonna give them? Right. Actually, more than half. 70% of your money is going to taxes. And now they're going to tell you what you do with your body. Like, fuck you.
Yeah. So, like that's what I see these posts on Instagram all the time about, what the anti-vaxxers don't understand is this and this. And I'm like, well, no, motherfucker. What you don't understand is that majority there are anti-vaxxers out there, but majority of the people that are fighting this are not anti-vax. They just want freedom. They just want their freedom back. They want their freedom to choose their own personal medical decisions, which should be a basic fucking right that everybody has.
It is a basic right that everybody has, because look at all the fat people and that aren't fucking taking care of themselves, taking up hospital beds for COVID patients. So fuck you. Like, don't take hospital beds because you don't know how to eat.
Yeah.
Taking hospital beds away from somebody that's catching a fucking global virus. Like, I'm sorry. One of them's completely avoidable. The other one's not so avoidable.
Yeah.
Even with the vaccines, you're still catching it. Yeah. So it's not avoidable.
No. I don't know, man. It's so frustrating. And then, like, I run into a lot of different people, even within, like, my workplace. Like, there's definitely a wide variety of views. Like, there's one person yesterday that was saying, like, oh, if you come into the hospital without your vaccine, you should just be put in the hall. I'm just like, what? Like, come on, man. Like, how does that thought in your head work? Like, you're literally talking about.
I don't mind that, but it has to be across the board.
That's what I'm saying.
If you come into the hospital with heart problems and you're more than 30, 40 pounds overweight, you get the hall.
Well, the way I see it, it should just be first come, first serve.
No, but you know what I mean?
Like, if you're in there, if you come in and there's no beds, they put you in the hall.
Of
not
course.
Because you're unvaccinated, not because you're this or that. It's just because they don't have any beds.
Right.
Like, why are we trying to segregate people?
Because it's the hospital's fault. It's the government's fault. They want to blame. They want us to blame each other, and so they don't get the blame.
Exactly.
That's all it's about.
And it's really sad to see, because it's not only in the hospitals, it's everywhere. I see it all over the place. There's a video on Instagram I saw yesterday of this kid who was in his class. I think it was at Baldwin High. Mm-hmm. He was in his classroom. His teacher was talking, and he was hiding his phone to record it. Just double check, make sure we're good. All right. Yeah. So he was sitting in it was a female. Sorry. She was sitting in her classroom. She had her phone, like, propped up on her desk, so it didn't look like she was actually using it, but she was recording. And her teacher was standing up in front of the class, ranting to everybody, telling them that they should go get the vaccine, telling all the kids in the class, like, you should go get the vaccine, because every day you come in here without the vaccine, it's like playing Russian roulette with me. Like, I go home to a 92-year-old mom and an 83-year-old dad, and if I take it home to them, I'm going to kill myself. Like, she was standing up in front of the class.
That's ridiculous.
Of high school teenagers, telling them that their personal medical decision not to get the vaccine.
No, their parents'
is going, or even their their medical status is affecting is going to make this lady kill herself.
Good.
Like, that's ridiculous.
I say load up that gun, baby. Let's go.
It's ridiculous that it's come to that.
Here's the thing, too.
Teachers think they can do that.
There's
you're destroying kids.
There's school systems that are telling kids to get the vaccine and don't tell their parents. Like,
what?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I saw an article this morning.
You should not be allowed to do anything medical related if you're under 18.
Yeah.
Without a parent's consent. Like
we can't
even get a tattoo. You shouldn't be allowed to.
I can't even treat.
You're not an adult.
I can't even treat a teenager without their parents' permission. When we respond to a teenager, if they're 17 years old, 364 days, and they have a broken arm or they're dying, we have to get consent from their parents.
Holy shit!
Like, I mean, it's wild. It's we look at them and they're not fighting us, so we go. Yeah. But, like, technically, if we started treating a teenager and their parents are like, whoa, stop, I don't want you to treat them, we can't.
Oh, wow.
Like, legally we can't, because their personal, the kids' medical decisions are the responsibility of their parents.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like if you were on, you yourself were on death's door and you didn't have and you had to do not resuscitate.
Yeah,
that's your decision.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's crazy that we can make that decision, right? We can say, "Hey,
but
I don't want you to revive me. If I'm going to die, I want to die."
But you don't have the option.
But I don't
to
have
take
the option
a
to
half-assed vaccine that doesn't really do jack shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I that's fucking crazy that they're telling kids to get the vaccine and not tell their parents. That isn't. Is that here in Hawaii or is that?
No, it's not Hawaii.
Oh, okay. Because I saw an article this morning.
I can't remember what school system it was, but yeah, they were. It was I think a public hearing. Yeah, I think it was California, and the lady was just like fucking going off on him.
I would, man, if I was.
And she was like, I saw a good one too with she was a teacher, but a nurse that was like coming forward for because people are yelling at her for not getting the mandated vaccine and all this shit and calling her a murderer, and she's like, I just fucking took care of your loved ones through the last year of not having a fucking vaccine. You didn't have a fucking problem with that, and it's like now you're yelling at me that I'm a murderer. Like,
I just don't understand how
I would like to move to a state, like talking about moving for this reason. I would like to move to a state that's not fucking.
The general rhetoric isn't
not
this.
Idiots like this. And it's Democrats. It's Democrat states. And it's like,
man, Texas, bro.
I'm not like against things that Democrats stand for, but like they are fucking stupid, man. With this, one for all instead of was it all for one or no?
All for one,
whatever it is. Of you're my problem, and it's like, you're not, and then not holding up people to that same standard, and it's like, it's just
like what
stupid
we've talked about so many times
thinking.
Is that that like everybody can have their own opinion.
Yeah. No, you can't. You're not allowed to. Right.
Yeah, but like not everybody's opinion is right.
You can have your own opinion, but you can't actually display it if it's not the ruling party's opinion and
I just want to be in a place where I don't feel like I have to do anything that I don't want to do.
Yeah, I want to be in a place I don't have to give a shit about other people's opinion because it's not what's running the show. And here, it's other people's opinion that's running the show. And it's not even people's opinions here. It's people's opinions in fucking
is a copycat.
In California and Portland. Like, fuck that, man. I'd also like to live somewhere that the stupid pronoun thing is not going to fucking take hold because that's so stupidly annoying.
Yeah.
And sorry if you think it's not, but it's stupid.
It's annoying. Like I said, like I've said this before, but if that's what you want to do, if you want to,
that's what you want to waste your fucking time fighting about. Go ahead.
Go ahead, but don't try and drag me into it. Don't try and force.
Exactly.
Don't try and force.
It's already taken up too much fucking brain power.
Don't try and force me to share the same ideals as you, because I don't, and I shouldn't have to. Like I think what I think, you think what you think. I respect your opinion. I let you have your opinion. I'm not going to attack you. You should do the same.
Yeah.
But all those people don't. If you don't share the same opinion as them, they attack you because you're wrong and you shouldn't have this or you shouldn't have that. They're going to
cancel you.
Yeah. Fucking cancel culture, bro.
Because you didn't put your pronouns in your fucking Instagram. Yeah. So, it's stupid. Or you called somebody a he and it's a it's a them. No, that's not a thing. That's not real. And it's I can't. Don't even go down there. Yeah. Fuck. Crazy. Yeah.
That's why, man. Texas sounds appealing as fuck.
It doesn't sound not. They also have guns.
We should be. That's what I'm saying, bro. Do you know how many guns we could have,
bro?
We could have
all of them.
Yeah, I'm serious, dude. We could buy a big enough property that we could have, we could shoot.
Hell yeah.
On our own property. We wouldn't even have to go anywhere.
Demolition
Bryce.
Ranch 2.
Bro, for real. Like we
already got this name for the station.
Friday night at the bar, half of the episode we'll just be outside shooting. Yeah. Just go in the
Demolition Ranch Double DRD with a backwards D like DeLorean. DRD. Like it looked like DeLorean motor, a D.
Yeah.
M with a backwards D.
I feel like I could message Matt Carricker and be like, hey man, we have this idea.
We don't even need his approval. All we need is the name on YouTube. He can't stop it. Is he in Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in Texas.
Love that channel.
I love Demolition Ranch, dude. He's awesome.
Is he actually a vet? Does he have an actual job, or is that all he does?
No, he owns a veterinary clinic.
Oh, he does.
And he's an actual vet. And
he still works.
So he has a third channel. So he has Demolition Ranch. He has Off the Ranch, which is like his daily vlogging.
Oh, really?
Like he shows just his daily life with his family.
Okay.
And then he has a third channel called Vet Ranch, and that's where all of his veterinarian stuff is. He's definitely does way less veterinary stuff now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I've been following him for probably like 6 or 7 years now.
Yeah.
And back like 6 or 7 years ago, he had to because
no, I remember. Yeah.
But he did a lot. He was still doing a lot of vet stuff. But he still owns a clinic, and he runs the clinic. But
cool. Okay.
Majority of his time is spent doing YouTube stuff for sure. And his branding,
video editing. Yeah.
He does his he has a branding business now.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen that Bunker Branding?
I did see that Goldberg is one of their.
Yeah, he's one of their content creators.
Which is great because Goldberg is gonna fight for the.
Is he really?
Championship. It was either last weekend or this weekend. SummerSlam or some shit. Oh. Yeah. Because
I thought he was done already.
No, because WWF has no viable stars. They have to dig up every dead body they could find, and Goldberg looks pretty good still. He's probably 50.
He's gonna be like 55 or something.
Mid 50s, late 50s. So he's still in decent shape, and he could still move. Unlike because they can't really roll Ric Flair. They can't roll Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan out there anymore, and The Rock costs too much.
Yeah, now The Rock.
John Cena's in China, I think so. Sucking dick in China.
He was funny in
Suicide Squad. I know. I was like, I don't really ever want to watch a John Cena movie again, and I didn't know he was in it. And I'm like, well, he's not the star.
He didn't actually do that bad though.
He's good.
He's pretty good in that movie.
But I won't watch that Fast and Furious. Fuck that shit.
It was.
Those shows are so bad anyway.
It's such a I knew it was going to be disappointing, but it was so disappointing that it was disappointingly disappointing.
Well, did you see the last one?
Yeah, I've seen them all.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
With the fucking grappling hook and the...
I knew going into it that it was just going to be ridiculous because ever since like 6 or 7, it's just one-upping.
Yeah, one-upping dumbness.
They just try to one-up the past movie. And so they took a fucking Honda CRX to space. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking, Bryce.
And now I need to see it.
A Honda CRX. They did whatever modifications to it in like 2 days. Strapped that shit onto a fucking plane and launched that shit into space.
Okay.
Not even joking.
I need. What is this? What number is this?
9. Fast 9.
Fast 9.
And there's a 10th one coming.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding.
Was Vin The Diesel, Rock in this one? No, right?
No, he wasn't. Diesel? Vin Diesel's in all of it, but Vin Diesel has said that he wants 10, and so they have a 10th one coming. I know they have.
Wow. Yeah, no, I'm sure they do. They make a ton of money.
Yeah. No, they do because it's guys like me, you know, like we fucking, like, even though I know it's gonna be fucking horrible, I went to see it anyway because I was just like, fuck. Like, and the whole thing with him and John Cena is horrible. It's so bad. 'Cause they don't look like brothers at all. The whole story behind it is retarded. Vin Diesel ends up being a good guy at the end, like John Cena. He ends up turning to the good side at the end for no reason at all. Like there's no redeeming moment. You know, like when like that story arc, it happens in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Right, where he starts out bad, and then there's this like redeeming moment where he's like, all right, you know, I'm gonna be. There's no redeeming moment. He just all of a sudden decides to turn to the good side. I'm just like, what the fuck?
They clearly can't write a fucking script in that show, so
it's so bad.
When it's as bad as the garbage that you know.
How
did they launch this thing?
Okay, so you know, so it's an actual way that the U.S. has launched shuttles into space. They put the shuttle on top of the C-130, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And then they fly them up into like 50,000 feet, and then they launch the fucking thing off of that, right?
Yeah.
So that's how they did it. But it's not a fucking space shuttle. It's that right there. Yeah, you see it. It's not a fucking space shuttle. It's a goddamn Honda CRX. Look at these motherfuckers.
Shit. They're using duct tape.
Look at this shit.
Oh, get out of here.
It's a goddamn Honda CRX.
Dude, it looks like a CRX on the top of a land speeder from Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny. What is this shit?
I think this is like I don't think this is an actual...
no, this is just spoilers.
Yeah,
he's just talking shit about it. Fuck. Yeah, he must have been like, this is the dumbest part of the movie. He probably won't even be able to show anything. That's the shitty part. Jason Statham's in it?
At the end.
Fuck. I like Jason Statham, but...
His movie, the one that he was in, wasn't bad. Because he was in one of the Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
And that one wasn't bad. I think that was 6.
Damn.
I think the movie he was in was 6, and that wasn't bad.
Fuck. Wow. It's too much of a pain in the ass to find it on here. Wow, that's shitty, dude.
It was fucking horrible, dude.
That is shitty. Let's go back to underwater sea turtles.
Serenity.
There you go. Home. Don't swim so close to the sea turtles.
Yeah.
The fuck off, bro.
Asshole.
The shit.
Get away from the goddamn turtles.
Come on, man. What are you doing?
If you come to Hawaii and you go near the turtles, I will personally kick you in your goddamn face.
You will not. The turtles, what are the turtles? They come near you. What the fuck are you talking about? I can see if they're on the beach. When you're swimming, they swim up to you.
There's a turtle in the water every time I go to the beach.
Yeah.
Every time.
Fucking turtle. One day I'm just swimming around. I got the snorkel on. And I'm just cruising.
Just
and then I was scared the fuck out of you because your first instinct is it's a shark.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what the fuck? This big ass turtle.
Well, they're just like
they're huge too.
They're huge and they can be dangerous. I mean, their bite hurts.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, they can tear your fucking arm off.
Oh fuck.
Guaranteed.
Really?
Oh yeah. A big one
like a snapping turtle.
Because they eat like jellyfish is their main food, but they can also eat like shellfish and crabs and stuff.
That's why I feed them plastic bags because they're dangerous.
Yeah. No, for real. But their beak or whatever.
Oh, no doubt.
Crushes stuff.
Yeah.
So like I've seen like turtle bites out of the arm, and it takes like the whole chunk out. Like not just. Yeah. It's not just like a clamp. It just.
Yeah, it's just fucking blades.
Yeah. So if they actually like are able to grab onto bone and then they pull,
those dudes are dangerous too. Clownfish, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You ever see Nemo crawl up on you, punch that shit?
Yeah.
Crush those little fucks.
But the difference, like when that turtle came up on you, it's not like after you saw him, you swam after him and tried to grab him.
No. I know. Yeah, people probably try to ride him.
That's what people do. Yeah, that's what people do, man. I see it all the time. I was at the beach like a week ago, and we were testing. So my crew got this prototype bodyboard rescue board.
Oh, sweet.
So not like a full surfboard. No, it doesn't have any jets or anything, but it's not a full surfboard. It's like the size of a boogie board, but it's meant to rescue people. So we were testing it, and we were testing like trying to punch through surf and stuff. Yep. And so we were out there fucking around doing whatever. And then these 2 monk seals beached themselves on the beach, and there were like 4 or 5 people that were in the water kind of near us. They saw them and they swam out of the water, ran down the beach, and tried to go take pictures next to them. And I was just like, what are you doing? Like, come on. How stupid can you be?
Yeah. I wouldn't go near a fucking monk seal.
Fuck no.
Huge. They'll fuck you up.
Oh yeah. I mean, maybe not on land, but they get you in the water. I don't know. You're done for.
You're gonna fight them on land. They're gonna win. You can't do it. Yeah. You can't do anything to them. That's for sure.
No, they're. But I'm just so annoying.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's just so annoying.
Well,
they're obviously tourists.
Those types of people need to go to India or wherever the fuck they have lions.
Yeah.
Africa.
Go
to
play with
India,
the lions.
go play with the fucking tigers, and go to Africa, play with the lions.
Yeah, go play with the lions.
Go run up on that lion that's laying under that tree. It's sleeping.
See what
it's
the fuck
okay.
Happens.
Yeah, I love watching those videos. People get fucked up by.
Yeah, by
like
on a safari.
One where somebody like sees something happen, they come out of the car and then just gone.
Yeah.
Fucking lion comes take them. It's great. I love when animals.
The best one. Did you see the giraffe one?
No.
You didn't see the one where the giraffe pulls the guy out of the car?
Get out of here.
No.
By what, their head?
Yeah. So they're in like an open caged
like
thing, and they're driving, and the giraffe is on the side of the road, and so they stop. And the person in the back, the giraffe walks up to the car because they're used to people. Whatever.
Yeah.
And the guy decides to pretend it's a horse or something. He didn't get on him, but he like reaches up and like pats him on the side of the neck, how people pat horses.
Okay.
And that giraffe did not like that shit. That giraffe
tossed him.
Went down, grabbed his fucking shoulder, and just zoop.
Shit.
It's fucking dope.
And then there was lions outside waiting. The giraffe was actually feeding its pet lion.
Yeah.
That'd be legit.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
That'd be fucking awesome if you had to watch out for giraffes because they had pet lions.
Because they have pet lions. The lions aren't the fucking king of the savannah.
Yeah.
It's fucking
the giraffe because they feed the lions.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was a pretty nuts video.
That's funny. I don't know. What else? What else we got going on?
Nothing much, man. Just working.
working. Spartan race was this weekend.
Yeah, how was that?
Pretty fun.
Give me the breakdown.
What
was that? So what's the total distance of that?
Like 13,
the one that you did?
A little over 13. Yeah, it was definitely more than 13.
And you ran the whole 13 miles, right, Bryce?
Yeah. It took me 5.5 hours to run 13 miles. Don't do the math. That would tell you that I probably stopped for 3 hours. I ran probably half the time.
Yeah.
So probably more than half of the mileage I ran. There's spots where you're walking for a couple hours in single file in the mud, and then I start cramping up, so then I can't run. Yeah, because I'm a little bitch.
So tell me a little bit how you prepared for this.
Poorly.
To me it sounds like you did a great job preparing.
No. Fuck you.
What was this about? Your backpack or whatever?
All right. So first off, so we stayed up there. We stayed up by the Spartan race for the weekend. So I had to have everything ready on Friday, which means basically I'm leaving the gym and trying to throw everything together in an hour because I can't fucking plan ahead 2 minutes, let alone a couple days or something I knew about 6 months ago. So I pull out all my gear. I look at my shoes and I grab my one shoe. I make sure, because the last time I wore it was in the 17 Spartan race. Uh-huh. And I'm like, oh, they're not like I expect them to be dry rotted here because everything rots out, right? Yeah. And I'm like, oh, no, looks good. It looks great. I was like, this is awesome. Okay, I don't need new shoes. I actually did that ahead of time because I was like, I might need different shoes. And they look good. So I threw them in my backpack. And I grabbed my backpack. I did not find my hydro, what is it called? Camelback. The one that's just a Camelback.
You didn't have the bladders?
No, I had the bladders, but I didn't have the actual pack.
Oh, okay.
I'd actually bought new bladders. I planned that, right?
Yeah.
So I just grabbed the backpack that I thought had Camelback, like the place to put it, but it's an actual backpack. And I'm like, a little too big, but not bad. And I packed up. That was about it. And then on Friday night, as we're at our rental, I'm loading up my Camelbacks. I even froze the water in them, so it's nice and cold. And I'm going to load them up into the backpack, and I noticed there's no Camelback enclosure.
There's no tube, right?
I have the tubes. I have the bladders, but there's no way to put them in. Right? So then I had to fashion that backpack, turn it into a Camelback, cut some holes in it, and all that shit, right? So I did that. I was happy with that. I was like, oh, pretty smart, yeah. And then filled that thing up with I brought pickles. Yeah, which I was made fun of. They're like, pickles are gonna break open. You're gonna be the stinky guy on the. No, my pickles were great. Apple, and a bunch of other food, mustard packs. I was ready, kind of, because I always cramp up. So I'm like, I'm gonna bring an extra bladder. So I got like running with about a gallon of water. Not a good fucking idea.
Great idea. 9 pounds of water.
I even brought a hat so that my head didn't burn. So I was like, that was a good idea. Not really. And what else? So that was about it. So then we make our way out in the morning, and I'm on the trolley talking to Paul about shoes. And he's like, yeah, my shoes are in good shape. And I go, yeah, me too. I was surprised. And he looks down at my shoe. He goes, that's not good. And there's a 1/2-inch gap all the way around my shoe from the rubber. And I'm like, so I only looked at the right foot, and the left foot was ruined. Fucked. So I'm like, shit, I'm not even going to touch it and see how bad it is, because once it comes off, I'm screwed.
Yeah, it's coming off, yeah.
So as I'm stepping off of the bus, I could feel it separating. And I'm like, yeah, this is over. So then I just reach down and I rip off the bottom. So I'm like, okay. Luckily, they sell shoes there. So
and how much are those shoes?
$150 pair of fucking Spartan race shoes. Which
Where are those shoes at? Right here?
No. Oh. I just watched them last night. But I had looked at them online. I'm like, man, those things are badass. But I'm not going to pay $150 for shoes when I have a perfectly good pair. Thought I did. So now I have a nice pair of Spartan race shoes that I will only wear once every few years. But so that was kind of shitty. But luckily they had them, and the guy behind the counter, because I didn't have money, because you know. I brought,
like, why would you bring $150?
Yeah, exactly. I actually brought $100 because I'm like, oh, in case
a shirt or something.
In case we want to buy food and drinks, and if Paul didn't bring money, Tommy didn't bring money, and they didn't. Right, and so, let's see. Yeah, those ones right there at the rainbow
with the
bottoms.
Rainbow sole.
Yeah. So the guy's like, dude, if you have Venmo, he goes, Venmo me your money and I'll pay for them. I was like, cool. So he probably never even charged himself.
These look cute on your feet.
Oh yeah, no, they're very cute. They're great. They're great shoes, by the way. Those are excellent. The mud doesn't stick to them. They don't hold a lot of water.
Hydrate.
They're definitely made for running these things. Nice. I definitely would recommend getting those, and they fit pretty well. The other thing I figured out on Friday night, I like to cut my toenails before running massive distance. You should, absolutely.
That way they don't hit against their shoes, cause ingrown toenails or bruises or
exactly. And my feet are particularly large, and I take a 13, and they pretty much rub on the ends anyway, and so any sort of toenail is a problem for me, and it always ends up hurting. And I found out that I didn't have a toenail clipper, so I kind of went without that. So that was another great planning. And you should do that days ahead of time, not the day before, but I just happen to remember it. So that was another good planning moment there. And then, so I got my shoes, I got my backpack fully loaded, my hat, my unclipped toenails. We start the race. Get a couple miles into the race, and there's a water crossing, and so I'm taking my backpack off to get across the water, and I look in my backpack, the top pocket's open. The only thing I put in the top pocket is my inhaler, so that's easy to get to. It's gone. So I'm like, cool.
I only found a free inhaler.
Yeah, I have like only 10 more miles to run with a possibility of
dying.
I'm like, well, we'll see if everything could go wrong today. That luckily did not go wrong. I didn't need it and haven't needed it yet because I haven't replaced it. But that worked out. The hat situation, so I wore a hat from the beginning. It was overcast, so I should have had it off.
The hat that you had, was it like a mesh hat that allows the heat to escape?
Somewhat.
No?
It was mostly solid, but it's a thin nylon with the brim. Pretty good hat if you're at the beach sitting, not doing anything. If you're running, it holds a lot of heat, apparently. And the first hour and a half I wore the hat, and the second I took it off, I was like, oh my God, it feels so much better. So don't run with a hat on, people, unless it's super sunny. That's what I learned there. And then the amount of weight I had in that backpack, I was just soaking wet before we started the race. Like, Paul looked at me and goes, you're going to have to lose that shirt or backpack at some point, but you really can't, can you? No, I cannot. Also, that backpack dug into my arms.
That's the worst.
So everything with the backpack was a bad idea. Everything went bad with that. Carrying all that extra water weight, horrible idea. Made it really hard to run after the first hour.
I'm sure.
I still ran out of water. I would still drink water at the water stations. I probably sweat more than I would have. So I actually wouldn't carry any water next time.
Yeah, because there's just water stations, right?
Yeah, I'd go with a fanny pack and a fanny pack with all sorts of mustard and shit like that. Yeah, gels. That would be a better move. Yeah, the backpack's just a bad idea, especially for me. I just sweat so much.
Right.
What else happened? That was about it. So then I would start cramping about 6 miles in. I would start feeling little cramps, and so I just kind of mitigated that for the rest of the day. Rest of the day was like, let's not cramp up. Anytime I got to an obstacle, my legs would cramp up, and then I would fail the obstacle, which I love the obstacles. It's my favorite part of that because it's usually easy.
What is the appeal of these
the appeal is misery. Yeah, doing something harder than you normally would, and then feeling like, oh, yeah, I got that done. It was shitty.
Able to conquer
so it's pretty miserable. And this was the best I did. So, because I've done, this is my third, beast length.
You did the long one, right?
This is the long one, yeah.
Long one, right? Because there's shorter ones, right?
Yeah.
That's like a 5K.
There's a 5K, and so 3.5 miles, 8 mile, and this is the 13 mile. You can also do this twice.
Huh.
It's called the ultra, so you'd go through it twice in the day. And they add 2 miles, so it's like 30 miles. I couldn't do that because I cramp up on the first one. It would take me forever to do the second one because I'd be walking. And afterwards, I was like, man, I know I'll do one again, but I'm like, I don't know when. I don't know if I'll ever do one here because I'm kind of tired of doing it here. But then
it's kind of cool to do it somewhere else, right?
Yeah. Then like a day later, I'm like, fuck that. I want to do this thing where I actually get everything right.
Yeah.
Because every year I'm like even the obstacles, I wouldn't look at the obstacle. Like I ended up on an obstacle and I thought it was one obstacle and it was something totally different, and so I fell.
Yeah.
So I thought it was rings all the way across.
No one to hold your legs as you go across.
Yeah. I thought it was just rings all the way across, and in the middle it's just a pipe, and that threw me off, and I missed because I was expecting a ring to be there. I just don't look, Yeah. So I don't know. I'd like to actually try to
see what you're actually capable of.
Yeah, exactly, and do stuff like actually do a couple trail runs ahead of time to get my knees. I actually feel pretty well. My ankles hurt a little bit, but that's about it as far as joints. It's more just I fucking cramp up because my nutrition is so not right on
for that particular
when I'm doing it.
Right?
Yeah. So I'd like to do it where I actually destroy the course because I've done it in the past where I was going really well the first 3 hours, and then probably with less than an hour left, that hour turned into like 4.
Right.
This one at least I didn't cramp up totally where I had to stop ever. So
that's good.
I'd like to do it where I actually blow it up and maybe do the age group qualifier one where see how, because like I was 14th in my age group this year, so I'd like to see what I could do if I actually planned for that.
Actually tried.
Yeah, where I'm like, okay, I want to actually win this thing. I think I could do pretty well.
I think so too.
Yeah. So I don't know. We might be doing it next year. Tommy's interested. She's like, she kind of wants to do a trifecta, which if I train to get first place in the beast, I'll absolutely do a trifecta. It'd be easy.
So that's doing all 3 of them.
Yeah.
So are they all along the same course? So you
somewhat.
End up but okay, so like the obstacles that you go through on the 3 or the 5K aren't going to be the same obstacles.
Absolutely.
That you do. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the 5K is a smaller loop. The 8K has an extra. You get break off of the small loop at some point and go through another loop, and then the beast breaks off again. And the only difference between the super and the beast is you go through fucking a trail that's not a real trail. It's just mud up a mountain, and they put a couple extra obstacles in. But
so the really the only like, I guess, benefit is just more obstacles.
Couple more obstacles, but distance. Yeah. It's just grueling and shittier terrain. Yeah, the sprint is made so you run between obstacles.
Is there a way that I could follow you on like a quad and like just be your your trail?
You absolutely could volunteer,
right?
And be like, I'll volunteer, but during this time I'm just gonna kind of cruise.
Follow this guy.
Yeah.
See, I wonder if I could use my medical stuff.
No, that's what I'm saying. You could volunteer as a medical. Absolutely. They're all just sitting around.
Yeah.
You'd probably have to do some work too, but yeah, absolutely.
That'd be dope.
Yeah,
probably give out a shit ton of IVs, huh?
I don't know. I didn't. Dude, they're so non-existent. Anybody out there?
Really?
It's like There were hours where I didn't see anybody else.
What?
Like for as far as volunteers and shit.
Oh.
Yeah. There's like
So they need more
miles. No, they don't give a shit. This like they only give water. Like I know Tough Mudder used
fucking medics then.
Tough Mudder used to give like Gatorade cubes and all that shit, and no, just water.
Fuck that. Come over here to my station. I'll hit you with a fucking bag. Take
the medics are just
minutes.
chilling at the medic tent, and I think I saw 2 of those.
15 minutes. I'll hit you with a fucking banana bag, and you're ready to go for the rest of the day.
That would solve the hydration problem.
Right?
I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's miserable. When I'm on it, it's like for the first couple hours, it's fun.
What the fuck am I doing?
And then for like 3 hours of it is just absolute like, fuck, this sucks. I just gotta get through this, get to that, because the last mile and a half is all obstacles, and that's fun. But to get to that, it's like there's 3 or 4 like hours that are just miserable. Probably 3 hours that are just like, fuck, this sucks. Yeah, it's just trudging through the woods.
See, I don't have any desire to do that.
I know it's a weird thing. I mean, it's like doing a really horrible workout. It's like Murph. Murph's not fun.
Yeah.
But we do it every year. Why? Because you got to do it. Or something stupid like Clovis.
Fuck that WOD. I will never do that WOD again. Bryce.
And that would be good training for Spartan race.
I will never do that WOD again.
Yeah, I said that 3 times.
I've done that WOD once, Bryce. I will never do that WOD again. That WOD put me in a refrigerator.
That's right, you're in the fridge.
Yeah, straight up put me in a refrigerator.
I did that workout 3 times now, so I've said I'm never going to do that again 3 times.
Nah, fuck that WOD.
And I think I said I was never going to do it.
And what is that WOD? Zeus? Is that the Fight Gone Bad style, but you have to complete 30 of each one?
33 of each.
Holy fuck,
5
that
rounds
WOD
or something.
sucks.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys don't, like, if you like Fight Gone Bad, like, I know Kristen likes
I love Fight Gone Bad.
Like, that's one of my favorite
Zeus.
WODs. Fuck Zeus. Like, try Zeus out, because Zeus is Fight Gone Bad punching you the entire time.
Yeah, yeah. Set number on each movement.
Yeah.
And heavier and harder. I like that one. But yeah, it's just like that. It's like doing a really dumb hero WOD that you can't just like Chad, 1,000 box step ups. In no way, shape, or form is that ever going to be fun. Yeah. It's just like, I'm going to get this done, and let's see if I could get this time, that'd be great. I'll feel good about it. And odds are you're just not going to feel good about it. It's the same thing. Accomplishment. It's like, why would you run a marathon? There's nothing fucking enjoyable about that.
I have thought about doing like a 5K though.
Well, that's just lame. That's just wasting money.
Not for me. So the reason why, when Kristen hears this, she'll probably freak out, because there was a point in time earlier in our relationship where she was running 5Ks, 10Ks, and marathons pretty regularly. Yep. And she would always try to get me to do them. Like after she did the Honolulu Marathon one year, and then there was a 5K coming up a couple months later. I was there to support her during the marathon running. Getting her stuff, whatever. And she's like, you should do the 5K with me next month. And I was like, never, ever in my life.
And now you're like,
will I ever pay money
That's the
to
problem.
go
You're paying
run
money
down
miles.
A street
that's dumb.
for no fucking reason?
It's
and
dumb.
she's like, but the medals, though. And I'm like, I don't give a rat's
I could
ass
order cool medals
about the
online.
medals.
They're pretty cheap.
Like, I don't care. But now I'm like, I might do a 5K just to...
Well, here's the thing. So the same thing happened to me.
One.
Is I was doing CrossFit, and then one of my friends was like, "Hey, I want to run a 5K. Would you run it with me when it comes up?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." Yeah. I would never run it myself. It was like $50 or $60. Yeah. And she talked somebody else, one of my friends, to do it, and both of them backed out because of various reasons. And I was like,
they did.
I was like, I'm not gonna go do this. Like, I'm gonna wake up at 6 a.m. to fucking drive out to town to run 3.5 miles.
That's the worst part.
That's the dumbest part. So
the worst part is that the Honolulu Marathon starts at like 5 a.m. Which means we have to be up at like 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah. So I ended up going down to sign up, and I'm walking around the thing, and I'm like, I'm not doing this. Yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna do the half marathon. Now, I'd run 2 miles, I think, twice in my life at that point. And I was like, fuck it, I'll run the half marathon, because I'm going to wake up this early and be by myself. I'm not going to fucking come down and do 3.5 miles or whatever, 3.2 miles, which I know I can run. So So I did the half marathon on a day's notice, and I did feel accomplished at the end. So I understand that. You know, it was definitely like Tommy felt accomplished doing the Spartan race.
Yeah. I think I would sooner do a Spartan.
I never really felt. Yeah, I never felt accomplished doing the Spartan race. I guess when I did the trifecta, that felt pretty good. But yeah, I don't really know. But definitely, if I like tried to do well on it and actually, you know, go out and push myself, that'd probably be pretty good. The used to be called the Warrior Dash. Spartan race bought everybody. They bought Tough Mudder. They bought Warrior Dash. So the Warrior Dash is the sprint, Spartan sprint. So I came in third on that the first time. That was the first one I did. I came in third. That was on a ski resort. That was pretty cool. Just because I ran. You run the whole time, right? And I was always good at the obstacles. So that was cool. Tough Mudders are miserable. It's just so much standing in line at the. That would be like doing the super. So I don't know, but yeah, Spartan does it a little better. There's not the bottlenecks. This year was done really well. There weren't. Usually there's like 5 bottlenecks in the Spartan race, and there was probably maybe 2.
Nice.
1 definitely, but maybe 2. 1 is just where they go up in the woods, and it's a nice break, but they got rid of a couple other ones just the way they ran the race this time. It just spread it out a lot. And I don't know, the COVID thing might have spread it out. They only let 25 people go at a time because, you know, groups of 25.
Not anymore. It's 10.
Is it 10?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck, since when? This weekend?
Yesterday.
Oh,
yesterday
nice.
Or the day before.
So we're going to go on lockdown. We're going to find out actually today. Do you know?
Well, not officially, no, but the way that he's talking, it sounds like lockdown, man. Like it's...
Yeah, they keep posting shit like that. And Tommy said they're having a meeting at work.
Oh, at 10. Fuck, it's happening right now.
And the and they're talking that it's like...
I have to go on my phone.
Do you really?
Yeah. So I have access to the city council meeting, but my phone's doing the...
Yeah. Okay.
So I could have gone on to watch. Yeah. I imagine it's a fucking shit show, though, because usually those meetings are real simple. Everybody gets on, and the city council is like, okay, this department, do you have anything to say? This department, do you have anything to say? And for the most part, people might bring up a few issues here and there, but for the most part, it's like, no, we don't have anything, or it's this small thing, and they resolve it quickly, or they say, okay, we'll take care of this at this date. But because of all this stuff going on, I'm sure that the meeting is a shit show of people just saying, what the fuck are you doing? What is happening?
Yeah. So today, 408 hospitalizations, 60 of them vaccinated. So that number, the vaccinated hospitalizations are going up.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm trying to
total,
see if they said
not
anything.
New. It's not 400 new hospitalizations.
No, it's supposed to be today. Yeah. I mean, I don't understand how that's possible, but I think it's because people are going to the hospital like, I have COVID, and they're like, okay, so here's your meds, go home.
Yeah. No, 100%. So
yeah, it's bullshit.
That last night we went to this lady that had COVID. She was COVID positive. She told us that she went to the hospital earlier in the day.
Yeah.
And they treated her, sent her home.
Right.
And then she got worse, so she wanted to go back to the hospital. So I guarantee you that's two separate
hospitalizations. Right. That's my other question too. Is like all these positive tests, are they? It says new cases 565, or is that just positive tests? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I guess it says new cases.
No, it's cases is a positive test.
Yeah.
And it makes sense though, because eventually what's going to happen is herd immunity. Like that's eventually what's going to happen, because otherwise, like, you can't. This vaccine isn't gonna stop the virus. Like,
no, it's just making it move around.
Such an annoying thing when people are like, "Oh, this is the answer. This is how we defeat COVID." No, it's not.
Yeah,
because no virus in the history of mankind is 100% effective against whatever they're trying to make it effective against.
Yeah,
nothing.
Yeah.
No virus. No vaccine is. No vaccine is 100% effective.
I don't know. They wiped out COVID-1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
COVID.
No, Delta. Base
what's
COVID.
that called? No, not Alpha. Not the COVID.
The novel?
SARS.
Oh.
They call it SARS. COVID-1. They knocked that one out in less than 7 years ago, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, large gatherings on Oahu will be suspended August 25th. Restaurants, 50% capacity. So no large gatherings. Well, what's a large gathering, I guess
25.
is the question. 25.
I think it's 25 for outdoors, 10 for indoors.
I'm just glad Spartan race went off because, other than that, nothing's really going to affect me because I don't really give a shit.
I'm just
and I don't get together with people. So
I'm just waiting to know how this applies to hotels. How this applies to tourist stuff.
It doesn't fucking
because
apply. Because,
when we were on Big Island.
Because fuck the people that live here.
Motherfuckers were. Like, when we were on Big Island, right? For the wedding.
Yeah.
I had to get a permit to have my wedding.
Yeah, that's right. In the
I had to apply to
nowhere.
the fucking city, or to the county of Hawaii, of county of Big Island, and applied for a permit to have my wedding because we were expecting to have 100 guests.
Yeah.
Now, when we were at the fucking hotel, there was a luau every night. I guarantee you, there's more than 100 motherfuckers at that luau. I guarantee it. Like how? Oh god, we already talked about this. Yeah, we don't need to get back into this.
All right, we're done,
man. Yeah, we're good for today. Thanks for tuning in.
Subscribe.
Like, subscribe, share with a friend. Sharing is caring. We care. It's not about you. No, I'm kidding.
We're not doctors, but we play one on YouTube. Listen to what we say.
Thanks for watching.
Get out there and exercise.
Yeah. Get out there and exercise.
Like Hulk Hogan says, 3 keys.
3 keys. Get out and
say your
prayers.
Eat your vitamins. What does Hulk Hogan say? Look that up.
I don't know. Fuck, my laptop was shut down.
Hulk Hogan saying, because it's very wise. He's a sage. Say your prayers. Eat your vitamins. What is it? What would that be? Hulk Hogan's slogan?
Just say Hulk Hogan vitamin slogan.
Yeah, vitamins. Hulkamania's running wild, brother. Vitamins quote. Sorry, I just gotta look this up. To all my little Hulkamaniacs, say your prayers, take your vitamins, you'll never go wrong. Is that what he said?
Really?
That's weird.
I've never heard that.
Oh, train, say your prayers, and eat your vitamins. That's more like it.
Okay.
There you go, brother.
There you go, brother. Yeah, brother.
So he was right. That's the fucked up thing. He was right back in 1982.
Wow.
Say your prayers, train, take your vitamins.
Foreshadowing.
You could probably cut one of those out and you'll still be okay. Train and vitamins, at least.
Well, our 3 keys are get out and exercise, be nice to each other.
Oh, be nice to each other. There you go.
And stop blaming locals for everything.
Deuces.